In just 5 days, we're going to celebrate our nation's independence. But even as we engage in this celebration of our political independence, we have greater and greater economic dependence, unfortunately, on foreign powers that supply us with oil. For years, leaders from both parties have agreed that our country has a problem when it comes to overseas oil. Our addiction to overseas oil doubles our trade deficit. It threatens our environment. It puts our economy and our security at the mercy of foreign regimes that share neither our values nor our interests. Today, the lifeblood of our economy is oil. And if that oil is choked off, our economy has a heart attack. That's an unsustainable and a risky path for our nation. And that's why we're here this morning, to chart a different path forward, to chart a path to energy independence. We have the technology and know-how to eliminate our dependence on overseas oil and to do so within a 20-year period. The question is not the technology. The question is whether we have the political will to take us forward. The Oil Independence for a Stronger America Act lays out a roadmap. The chart that you see here, and I'm going to address these briefly because of the time constraints we're on, but I can follow up in the end. We have 5 strategies that reduce our oil usage. Electric vehicles and fuel-efficient cars. Creates deployment communities to take on the issue of the chicken and egg. People don't want to buy cars until they have charging stations. People don't want to put out charging stations until the cars are there. And it also raises fuel efficiency standards. A third of our oil is burned in car transportation, and we take that on. We also address alternative fuels, next generation biofuels from algae and biomass. Third, smart transportation options for families. We should be helping our communities to create plans that move people, not cars. That means light rail. That means rapid bus transit. That means pathways for walking and for biking. Fourth, efficient freight transportation. Businesses need options for transporting their goods. A truck can move a ton of freight 150 miles on a gallon of fuel, and that's a long ways. But a train can move that same ton of freight over 400 miles. A barge can move it over 500 miles, a ton of freight on a single gallon of fuel. And under this plan, we'd shift 10% of our freight onto rail marine shipping, and a study to see how we could shift more in the future. And fifth, efficient homes and buildings to help reduce the demand for heating oil. We also need to have a National Council on Energy Security so that our determination as a nation to end our addiction on foreign oil is not interrupted by the ups and downs of our presidential elections, the ups and downs of our congressional elections. We need the same emphasis that we have with the National Security Council in having a National Energy Security Council.